Hello guys, it's Tara, Monster High Love Me, and today Monster High did a live stream on the Mattel Creations website and talked a little bit about the Fang Club. The designer went up and talked about 𝗀𝘀𝘁𝗴𝗿𝗺, how they designed her, what her thought process was, and they even talked about G3, and they answered some questions at the end, specifically about the 𝗶 productions, which I was very interested in. The live stream went on for about like 40 to 50 minutes. I was getting at the point where I was like staring at the clock like, oh my goodness, am I gonna have to exit this live stream to buy 𝗀𝘀𝘁𝗴𝗿𝗺? But no, they ended the live stream before 𝗀𝘀𝘁𝗴𝗏 went available. Speaking of which, I was able to get 𝗀𝘀𝘁𝗴𝗏, and as I am recording this, she is still available, so it looks like the scalper problem hopefully is fixed with the membership. I'm praying. I really did not know what to expect with this live stream. I also was not expecting them to go so much into like G3. I wish they talked more about like the future of Monster High, not so much what's happening right now. Something that they did share, which was a long time coming, was a little sneak peek of 2023 Fang Vote Rochelle. It's just her backside and you can't really see much, but I am very, very excited for her, probably more so than 𝗀𝘀𝘁𝗴𝗏 because Rochelle is another one of my favorite characters. When Monster High posted the final sketch of her, I was a little apprehensive just because it looks like so much is on Rochelle. She's it's like kind of overwhelming. I don't really know how to explain it, but I am gonna wait on my opinions until I see the full doll because we just see the backside. Her hair looks absolutely stunning though. Also today, Monster High posted another music video for 𝗁𝗏. She's the only character with 2 music videos, and it looks like they stepped up the animation a little bit because the earlier music videos they were doing, especially like with Claudine's, the animation just like was bad. It just was bad, not gonna sugarcoat it, but now it's looking a lot better. Anyway, why I'm even making this video is I wanted to do a little like highlight reel of the live stream since it was a long live stream, so if you didn't want to watch like the whole like hour-long thing, you can just watch my little highlights. I will show you a clip now. I'm so angry. This is like the only part I didn't screen record, so this video is from Twitter of someone filming their laptop. Anyways, it was a fan question about the 𝗶 productions, and this is what they said.
More 𝗶 productions?
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
Come on.
anything's possible.
I
Wink.
think you'll be really happy. I think you'll be happy.
So when asked about the 𝗶 productions, they didn't explicitly say yes. Also, while watching this live stream, it did look like they didn't know what questions they were going to be asked, so it probably caught them off guard. They just said, you will be happy, so I'm assuming that means yes, or that means we don't know yet, but we don't want to tell you no. All I know is I'm just praying that 𝗁𝗏 and 𝗁𝐷 get a 𝗶 production, same with 𝗀𝘀𝘁𝗴𝗏, and later down the line, if they want to like reproduce like Rochelle, Venus, Rebecca, I would absolutely love that, and I'm sure other fans would too. Anyways, without further ado, let's play some highlights of the live stream.
So let's get to business. I'm here to introduce our amazing design team who's going to come on stage and introduce themselves, and they'll take you through some awesome stuff.
I'm Alina New, and I manage the amazing design team.
I'm Rebecca Shipman. I'm part of the Monster High design team.
I'm Annalise Lau. I'm also part of the Monster High design team.
That it takes a village of designers and artists to create just one doll, let alone a whole line. So many designers and artists contributed to each and every doll you will see in this line. And we are so excited to see you, our Monster High superfans, all here today.
So when we're talking about behind the screens, I wanted to start us off with this awesome package that our packaging team designed. It's very sleek and modern and chic from the front, but it's actually super detailed with little touches. You can see the sides of the package are actually, they're textured to look like stone, so it's like a little nod to the tombstone, and obviously being a zombie, which is 𝗀𝘀𝘁𝗴𝗏's whole monster archetype. So our teaser showed off 𝗀𝘀𝘁𝗏's incredible face paint, and you even saw that on our membership page, we have the face paint prelim sketch I did, which was handed over to our talented face artist. Mio in particular painted 𝗀𝘀𝘁𝗏, and here you see the first hand-painted prototype that was given to our factories. This is actually what we call our paint master. It's a special prototype where we try to get every detail right before we send it to the plant, and then it goes into production. But you can see here, over here, I have 2 of my favorite 𝗀𝘀𝘁𝗏 face-ups. And for our G1 alumni doll, we really wanted to keep all the specificity of 𝗀𝘀. So we kept her with thinner eyebrows, which are so core to the 𝗀𝘀 look. But we wanted to pump up the fullness and the vibrancy of the red lip. And then I wanted to have super dramatic eye makeup. Those of you who are glasses wearers know if you don't have a lot of makeup behind your glasses, your eyes don't really like pop on screen. So you can see how Face Painter did the most amazing job giving 𝗀𝘀 these deep smoky eyes and that perfect pop of blue and green. So she really like pops. And we actually chose not to use any blush for 𝗀𝘀 this season. So this really highlights 𝗀𝘀's beautiful face sculpt, sculpted by our OG face painters. So she has that perfectly haunting, ghostly like look that's perfect for an undead zombie. It's a finger crown sculpted by Adam, and I love seeing the little knuckle bones of each finger bone. Fun fact, we actually looked at 𝗀𝘁's original body, which is the basis of like the skeleton bodies, right? And then we took elements of that as we were sculpting the bone details so it all feel cohesive in the Monster High universe. And then I've seen some of you call out that you might have seen these earrings around before. I saw that some people said, oh, Moanica from G2 had them, and also Beetlejuice. But these actually go back a little bit further. Way back, there was a beautiful 𝗀𝘀 fashion pack designed by Becca off stage, where these amazing little radioactive earthworms were ever created. And so I chose to bring them back in this like neon green, so it has that radioactive look that's so core to a zombie origin. These are her signature specs, and we know we all love them. This time they're shot in clear with only white in the front, and this kind of creates an illusion that the glasses are almost not there. So they're sort of floating in the front. We wanted to make sure that you could have a fabulous doll that would look so beautiful on your shelf in a box. But also, if you're someone who loves to redress, to mix and match, when you take her out of the box, you want to make sure that 𝗀𝘀 is fun to play with, right? That you can pose her the way you want. Turns out, designing for dolls is a whole lot like designing for real people, but just very, 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 very small. And here you can see the very first prototype that my fabulous support team, our pattern makers, our sample makers who make sure our ghouls are like snatched and ready to be fierce and fabulous on your screen. You can see the very first prototype. You can see that we're using materials that aren't necessarily the final materials. We don't have any prints. We're actually using a sample fabric that has flowers. Noted that some of the outfit pieces were not quite fitting. So you can see here, the first pass, it's actually not conforming as much to the body as we want, which is really important for us because we wanted to put a corset on. So that was one of the fit issues that we worked on. We also looked a lot about the sleeve. We thought about maybe adding, a seam to the shoulder where both of the sleeves would be connected, but that actually added a lot of bulk and it limited articulation for posing. So we chose to keep them separate. Behind the screams, we suddenly started working with our sculptor, Adam, who created all these beautiful pieces. So here I have the last remaining prototype of the OG corset. You can see here it's actually splintered off at the top, because this was hard plastic and it survived almost a year of being handled around this office. But you can see how beautifully detailed it's sculpted. And actually we output over 5 different samples as we test fit over different fabrics and different corsets to make sure the fit would be great. But when we put the corset on, it actually caused a lot of bunching over here, and suddenly the look wasn't as elegant and as sophisticated as we wanted to. So we swapped it to the front. That way 𝗀𝘀 would always look beautiful for the runway. These are actually Monster High's first ever fabric shoes. This was actually the very first thing I sketched, these fabric shoes. I wasn't sure what the sculpt would be, but I was like, we are going to give 𝗀𝘀 the fabric boots that she deserves. For those of you who have eagle eyes, we did look at 𝗀𝘁's hands as we were sculpting this. But when I looked at the first prototype, I thought, something's missing a little. What is missing? And then I was like, the shoe needs to be higher. In G1 Monster High, the shoe can always be higher. You can see the evolution about how adding that little bit of height creates a more elevated look and gives a chicer, more streamlined effect. I also wanted to share with you guys that 𝗀𝘁 actually comes with a wider clip than normal. You can see it here. This is a clip that we tend to use on our male characters, and the reason I included it here is because when we used the traditional waist clip, it actually started to warp the corset. It would push the corset up and sort of deform the look of the doll while you guys have it on display. So the intention of this bigger waist clip is so it actually sits nicely on 𝗀𝘁's hips. Those of you guys who know This actually started off in the 𝗶ሔር𝘀𝘁𝗴𝗿𝗺 line doll, and I love this print so much that we pulled it back, and our graphic designer, Lisa in this case, helped me recreate this print and add this extra shadowing. You can actually see here, they sent me a beautiful red swatch for me to approve for like the hand feel, so you get that beautiful luxe color. And then they actually sent me a print sample that you can see that this is actually not nearly as shiny, but they said, you know, don't look at the shine, look at this for the shine. But this is all about the details of the print. I know last but not least, we have talked a little bit about this purse. On the back, this is our secret that we hinted at in our promo pictures. We actually have little buttons and stickers for all of the things that 𝗀𝘀𝘀𝗴𝗺 loves. A little slow-mo 𝗀𝘀𝘀𝗁 for her boyfriend. You see Sir Hoots. Here is her foam finger pointer. This is actually from the Fear Leading 3-pack. That's the accessory that 𝗀𝘀𝘀𝗀𝗃 is holding. There's obviously a Deadfast logo for her favorite all-time superhero. And of course, we wanted her to stick that Zombies Are Monsters 2 bumper sticker on the bottom. They actually hid a super secret Easter egg in the package, which you guys can't see from the promo. So if you look on the bottom where 𝗀𝘀𝘀𝘀𝗀𝗃 is actually standing, in UV printing, there are tiny, tiny footprints that match exactly the shoe's sculpt. Isn't that the coolest detail? We were so excited when I saw this for the first time. I just like freaked out.
Did so many versions of these dolls, these designs for a new generation of fans.
When we first started thinking about G3 for Monster High way back in 2019, we knew we really wanted to create a new version that would be meaningful and important to kids today while keeping the essence of the original Monster High that we all know and love. First we have Claudine Wolf, our werewolf. Woo! For her hair color, this is cute, it's a fun fact. Alina knew way back in 2019 or 2020, she created a sketch and she had this beautiful ice cream colored hair, so we kept it. We just loved it so much.
I can't believe we were able to get that color. It's such a weird and cool.
I love it. Deuce, right?
Cool.
We thought it'd be fun to update Deuce with a nice green tone for his skin. We've got Perseus back.
Oh yeah.
With his little two-tailed.
Two tails for Perseus
Yeah.
and a tiny little snake tattoo.
Draculaura, everybody's favorite ghoul, I think. She is adorbs, and she's got fun new extra pointy ears.
Oh yeah.
And fangs.
I remember, Becca, because we really wanted to dial up Monster this time around. We love G1, but we wanted to say, like, what could we do that's different this time around? And we wanted to make the monster details even more monstery, and I might have gone a little bit too far.
Yeah.
Glenda had the sculpting team add G1 Draculaura in her cameos. That's a little Easter egg for y'all. Moving on to Frankie Stein. They have changed a lot in G3. Thing about Frankie's face sculpt in both G1 and G3 is more square. So if you look at just the sculpt, even their eyes, their nose, their ear shape, mouth shape is more square than the other ghouls, and that's a nod to the original monster. You'll even notice Frankie's name, and there's little doodles here. Frankie's name is upside down because we wanted to make it look like
she wrote it.
Like they wrote it themselves.
Yes.
They have clunky high-top sneakers inspired by Frankenstein's monster's boots. Into Laguna Blue. She's really one of my favorites. She has a brand new body with fins on her arms and legs, of course, and on her legs they transitioned from this.
I love that. It's almost like she's aquarium legs.
Yeah. And the hoodie is very G1 inspired. If you into Cleo Denial.
Oh my Ra.
Oh
Yeah.
my Ra. I love her. We wanted to push Cleo to look more monstery, just like the other ghouls. So we dialed up a golden shimmer with her bronzy warm skin, which was really inspired by some Egyptian art and the colors we see there. We wanted her eyes to look even more monstery, so you'll notice she doesn't have black like pupils.
Lapis blue.
Yes, we love that lapis blue and gold eye that she has. And we have a pet here. It's our Anubis-inspired little tut. But don't worry, our design team has not forgotten about his set.
set's still around. She just has a new animal.
Yeah, we love her just as much as you do, and you may see her some point. Who knows?
So we got a few questions. Will members also get first dibs on student items?
I think for the G3 line that the team just walked through for the core dolls, it's important that was really having access to the new generation of the Monster High fans in addition to all of you fans. So for the fan club in particular, we're going to focus on collector items first. Never say never in the future. If we create elevated or collector versions of these G3 dolls, but it's really meant to be collector focused.
All right, people are asking, will we be at Comic-Con?
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, we were there last year.
Yes.
Thank you to everyone who came and stopped by our booth. Thank you again for all the questions, but we know we have a time limit
yeah.
crunch here, so we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, first and foremost, we just really want to thank everyone for joining. You know, it's been such a fun first live stream, inaugural. So we're definitely going to do more of these. Right after this, when the live stream ends at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you'll be able to buy the doll. So stay tuned.
And like I said, the live stream ended with them showing that photo of 2023 Rochelle, and that was the end of the live stream. So I did try to include the parts that I thought were most interesting, or what I thought was most interesting. If you want to see the full hour-long live stream, Mattel Creations has that on their website and their YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.